This is the first time I've taken this army after the nerf has hit. My previous video was just before it hit. So yeah, Royal Champion boots, that's a bit worse now. The King's Earthquake boots as well, a bit worse now. But you'll notice I've made no modifications to this army since the last time I posted a video on this specific army. So you're probably having some concerns about maybe the Earthquake boots more than the Electro boots. I'm sure most of you have tried it out and seen that maybe you just have to be a bit more precise about the timing on the Royal Champion. But other than that, it's nothing really specific. But the Earthquake boots nerf really hurts. You can't really establish a great funnel using him, but people say you can carry like 1 or 2 Earthquakes in your army and still deal with it. So I don't need to do that, and there's this neat trick that I use in my attacks to kind of get past that weakness that the Earthquake boots now has. And it's applicable on some bases, not really always applicable, but it should help you guys out if you decide to pick up this army or even like Root Rider Smash, just as an example. So let's just take you guys through some hits that I've done today. It doesn't matter that the nerf came in, I still managed to go perfect today. So let's just get going. I'm going to take this specific base as an example for how you can deal with the weakness of just the fact that the Earthquake boots deal lesser damage now. So let's just begin with what we want to do, right? We just want to set a basic funnel for the miners to somehow be able to push through the core of this base. So it's just a very simple idea over here. I can say like this is a very compact area on the base. It doesn't look like the space for Teslas to really draw me off over here. The Royal Champion should go straight to, like, you can see the path she's taking, and you have to cycle your invisibility spells every 10 seconds. So just wait for the 6 on the timer. Make sure your Royal Champion is the first thing you drop, and you have to try to be a little bit more careful with the timing now after the nerf. That's about it. You'll notice like I'm letting her take like a little bit of damage before the invis drops and a little bit of damage after the invis expires before dropping my next one. So that should be your goal, and ideally you don't want to go anywhere near the town hall, but on this one I have no choice. So I'm just trying to, as I'm saying, I'm just trying to set that funnel over here. That's all I need from her. She's done. She's recalled out of there, and this entire right corner is done. So now all that's left is king, queen, siege spikes on the bottom of this base. They need to somehow cut a similar funnel. So what that means is they just need to push until this multi inferno and grab this entire compartment out, after which the miners can come in from this scatter shot on the king, and that's it. You're good to go with the miners. Now I'm only pausing over here just to bring attention to this one detail. You'll notice my giant arrow fired through these defenses over here, and even if these were maxed out defenses, look at that. Like, I guess I didn't even need the Earthquake boots to fully take effect over here. Just the fact that the giant arrow also counts as damage equipment to shoot through these heavier buildings. So even the storages, like it didn't matter. Every single building in this compartment immediately went down just because I managed to aim the giant arrow through it while also allowing my king to target the compartment with my equipment. So yeah, we've nicely managed to erase the entire left flank. These miners are coming in, taking complete advantage of my king going into Phoenix mode, and they have nowhere else to go except the town hall. Like, just look at this funnel, guys. Like, we've immediately eradicated the corner. The queen continues on towards the left on this base, and it's just cross tanking all the way through until the core. What is even left? I still have an overgrowth and I have 2 rages over here. So I guess I'll pop my warden ability soon so that I can protect the healers mainly more than the miners themselves. And yeah, this is also a question I got asked. Why do I have healers in this army? You'll notice the miners, they don't really take damage for too long. It's mainly to keep my Royal Champion alive until the end of the raid. So I'm just trying to preserve using her hog puppet until the very end of the attack, because it's just an extra life that she gets, especially considering that the super miners are practically alive the entire time. So why not, right? Like, if you can allow your Royal Champion to like keep going all the way until the very end. I think the only weakness that the super miners would have on a base are maybe like skeletons if they do spawn. So keeping that aura of your Royal Champion alive, that probably is it. Like, so even if it's like a level 1 electro boots, just the fact that I can immediately take care of any ground skeletons that spawn is huge for my super miners. They can keep only targeting things that really matter and that have to go down without wasting their time on skeletons whatsoever. yeah, let's just focus on these two things again, and I'll take you guys through some more examples. All right, this one is a bit of a meaner looking base, and it can be a little bit perplexing to push through it. So once again, just stick to the basics. Remember, we're using super miners, not root riders. So you just need to create a funnel in terms of the buildings that are there on the base. So you can pluck out any two corners and you should be good to go. I saw the easiest entry point being like specifically over here. And yeah, sometimes it doesn't have to necessarily always be a corner. It just has to be a sufficient enough funnel for you to be able to work with, so that your king and queen can like form the other side of the funnel and easily have your miners pushed through the core. So on this one, you can see I'm hoping to push through this double ricochet cannon and scatter shot area, but things don't go exactly to plan. You'll notice, like from here, my royal champion will actually move towards a monolith, and oops, I guess I'm recording a little bit later at night, so my phone's trying to do some things. Anyways, yeah, just this is totally not going to plan right now. I have to somehow make do with the fact that my royal champion is going on to the top of this base rather than the bottom of this base now, but it's still okay. If you think about it in terms of like the funnel that's there, the entire top left area is gone. So in order to just mimic that on the bottom side, king, queen, sage barracks, to clear out this entire area. So you'll just see I'm trying to drop my heroes so that I can do it as efficiently as possible with these guys. Sure, I think I could have reversed my king and queen over here. Maybe it was a mistake that I made over there while deploying them, but it's good. Like it works good all the same. So you'll see just king ability popped super duper soon, and this funnel is completely tight. There's absolutely nothing that can go wrong with the miners as of now. Like just see where can these guys go except the town hall from here. So it's literally perfect now. Not much to worry about, and the fact that these guys also keep ducking in and they don't have much to push through in terms of a funnel to the town hall. They quickly approach the town hall. You can save your vulnerability for so late, and look at this, just because you get to use your vulnerability like so late into the attack, and you finally get to top up your healers in addition to what the heal tome provides for you. So nothing like it. This is why the healers are needed. They're there to help your warden and royal champion survive for the first half, and they're there to top up your miners after you pop your eternal tome. So that's the only reason the healers are kind of there, and all in all, I'd say pretty good. Half my miners are out over here, and half my miners are out over here doing cleanup with the warden. Nothing like it. And everybody is practically full health towards the end of the attack. So just gotta set that funnel one way or the other. You don't need anything else. It's really simple, guys. It's not as difficult as trying to somehow ensure that your king also gets into the base, because he's being sacrificed on the edge to just ensure your miners can push the core. That's all you really need. The overgrowth will help as your miners hit the back end of the base to kind of keep everybody still clumped up together. That's all you really need, guys. Anyways, let's just move on to some more examples. All right, I'm gonna pick out two double invis bases for you guys, just to show you guys that even if the giant arrow can only trigger one invis tower for you, it's not a big deal. And this one actually doubles down to show you guys that maybe you don't even need great value with your king and queen. I'll be very honest, it's just that I forgot to place my poison on this one. So before I get too ahead of myself, just simple royal champion charge value. Like don't ever go for the invis towers directly on this on these styles of bases. Just as I mentioned before, just try to cut that funnel. So we're just trying to erase this entire left flank, and out of these two invis towers, I guess the one I can more easily approach into, considering this entry, would be the clan castle. And I think it should be better for me to enter with my super miners in there anyway, because it's a lot of heavy stuff. I can pop my eternal tome early and get my miners out of that mess. So yeah, just doing what I can with my royal champion in the meantime. She should be able to grab that fire spitter, and we should be about done with her, I guess. Yeah, perfect. That's all we need from her. Yeah, we still have a few buildings kind of left up over here, and I can already see that there's some witches that have come from the clan castle. I did mention I literally forget to place my poison spell for some reason on this one. So king and queen, you can see this is exactly what I'm trying to do. They just have to kind of set the funnel like this over here. You'll notice no siege barracks deployed with my king and queen over here, because I honestly believe like they can solo this entire right flank by themselves. And there you have it, like there's already a funnel sufficiently well enough set to get into this compartment. And now here's what I was saying, right? Like the skeletons have stalled both my king and my queen, while the enemy queen is taking both my heroes down. So my entire right flank has gone. There's nothing left over there. still we try to just push on. Luckily I have my royal champion. Her aura should help deal with those witches nonetheless. And yeah, siege barracks to just finish off what was left by my royal champion out on the left side. So here's where we use our overgrowth. We just immediately get rid of that entire town hall area, because that's what the invis was covering. It's usually what you do, right? This is very similar to root rider attacks at town hall 16. Just wait as long as you possibly can. But things start to look a little bleak, honestly. I have no heroes left alive anymore. It's just down to my super miners and my warden. There's no CC troops left. It looks like it's gonna 1-star. I'm pretty sure it does. But these guys, they're so underrated. They just stay ducked underground. I don't know how they remain safe so efficiently. It's crazy, and they deal increasing amounts. It's like a single inferno. The longer they stay on a particular defense or a building, the more damage they deal to it. So it's really cool that you can take out a town hall like almost immediately with them. It's just really nice. And the fact that they have like this huge death damage as well, I can't believe like these troops exist in the game like this, and we found a very efficient way to use them. So even if your king and your queen literally get 0 value, I've practically swagged 2 heroes on this one. You can still go ahead and get your triples just because this troop itself is so amazingly strong at its core. The ability to synergize with the Royal Champion's aura that she has from her boots, it's amazing. So just take this as an example, maybe some inspiration to pick up this attack. And I'll pick another double invis base for you guys, a bit cleaner one this time. Alright, here we go, another popular layout. Same advice, never ever try to charge these invis towers, just try to clear a flank. And on this one it should be fairly obvious. Like I'm trying to do a similar entry. If one invis tower is exposed to you like this, try to create a funnel to push into it. So Royal Champion could have started either on this area where she's starting right now, or the symmetrically opposite area on the base. So not much for me to explain over here now. I'm pretty sure you guys are used to this part of the attack. I'll just 4x speed this. Just get past that Royal Champion charge. And yeah, just a neat little trick I did over here. There were some defenses waiting outside to pull the Royal Champion towards them so that I don't go towards a single inferno. I just placed one invis on the defenses so that I could eventually get to the single inferno. Anyways, details, too many details. So simple trick again of using giant arrow to kind of damage up whatever's in front over here, while also setting the direction for the king and queen to move as a whole together. And there's nothing else really over here. Like these guys are set to kind of push this entire first invis tower. So everything is really smooth, everything's going perfectly fine. I realize I haven't cut the funnel of these storages out yet, but it's sufficient. Like you'll see, the nearest building for these guys is still this town hall region, so no issues at all. Now here's a nice trick that I like to do if I can't trigger the invis tower, and it's a bit of a heavier core. I try to target my overgrowth to leave as many buildings up around the invis tower as I can, but note how the invis tower itself is also within the overgrowth spell. It's just it's a very versatile spell. I'm learning how to use it. I feel I'm getting better at doing it. So casually, just my royal champion and half the miners in the core, warden is chilling with the other half of the miners who decide to go out of the base, and it's completely crushed. There's nothing more for me to really comment on. I still have all of the super miners. Let's try to count them, right? Ignore my royal champion for a second. So 1, 2. Let me pause it here. Yeah, 1 2 3 4, at least 5, at least 5. That's what do I even say? These guys managed to stay alive for so long. It's actually ridiculous. And then furthermore, oh yeah, this is also one thing I forgot to say. If they're already underground while the invis tower is triggered, they will remain underground. They don't pop back up. So there's no way for them to take that damage if you've popped a invis tower prematurely. Just so many wonderful things about this troop. I feel I've just completely bombarded you guys with information. But there you have it. That's just another very, very neat example of using these troops. Okay, it's a bit of a longer video, but I'm gonna keep this one as the last replay, just because I wanted to show you guys examples of how you can cut the open the base, especially when it's meant to throw off your pathing like this. Like, look how well isolated the town hall is, and usually ignore the fact that this new defense is over here. But these bases are meant to stop root riders, right? Luckily for us, we have super miners, so we can think of this clan castle itself also as a funnel point. Now, I will admit, on this one, I did take advantage of the fact that there were two buildings over here. So I'm using these two buildings as my funnel point towards the town hall for my miners. Now, what can I do to do so? What can I do to approach that, right? So in order to do that, it means my royal champion has to either cut the right side of the base over here or this left side of the base. So I chose the left side, and again, you don't really need to specifically cut a corner. Just try to clear out enough defenses or buildings in the area to ensure that the funnel is neat enough on both sides to push your miners to the core. Once again, I just fast forward this. I just want to show you guys the whole concept of planning how you want funnel into the base. So just trying to, you can see I'm just trying to cut this ring over here, and it's done. The left side is completely cut, so there's no issues over there at all. Now I'm just going to sacrifice my king and my queen with my siege barracks. Again, standard procedure, nothing much to it. So king very, very quickly popped his ability. Queen is kind of helping around, and look at this, guys. They had nowhere else to go except that building. So that's just what happens if you use super miners instead of root riders. I feel if I had used root riders, maybe we wouldn't have pushed through the core as easily, but it shouldn't have mattered in the long run. I'm just teaching you guys how to make that cut into the base regardless. And the fact that super miners move faster than root riders, because root riders are kind of like the tank while opening the wall, but super miners are the brunt of the attack in this army. So you just move to the base so quickly that you get much more efficiency from your overgrowth spells, your rage spells. It's just really, really cool. And there we have it. We're just like kind of like trudging along, moving along the entire base. Our royal champion ability finally popped over here. It looks like it's coming to a weird halt over here, but we still have our clan castle troops and all the super miners moving around the base. There's really not much left, and we managed to preserve our queen also. She'll eventually get around, she'll help us out. Nothing much for us to worry. So yeah, that's another base that's done. I didn't want to really focus on the same basics I've been explaining throughout the video. Just wanted to show you guys how you can cut the funnel even on tricky bases. Just identify those one or two buildings that are non-defensive waiting for you somewhere. That is how you can maybe outdo root riders and create 3 stars for you just 24/7. Yeah, that's about it. There's our 320 for the day. Luckily 2 defenses. Let's see. Yeah, that's about all I had for you guys today. Yeah, take care. Peace. I'll see you guys in the next one.